Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. The show where, just like you, we can't get enough sports.
The 47-year wait is over! And the Nuggets win it! Hutchinson trying to prevent it. Oh, the touchdown! And if the Broncos take a Super Bowl 50. Shot into the back of the net for Diego Rubio!
Now here's your hosts, Arthur Knight.
1-0 Rapids. They are champions.
Yo, what's good in the hood? Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. I am Arthur Knight, and with me is Mr. Michael Illy Wharton.
Hey, yo.
How you doing today, brother?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I'm making it do what it do.
Hey.
We are coming to you live from So High Cafe at 4300 West Alameda here in Denver, Colorado. Get your pre-orders in with Vinny next week. We got some pre-season football coming up. You know what I'm saying? Get your tailgate party. You could put in pre-orders with this man for, I believe, weeks and months in advance. He will honor them. Give him a call. Make sure of that. 303-807-0151. Get your pre-orders in today. So High Cafe, Viper Pit Barbecue. He's also going to have a new menu. I have it hot off the presses right here in the next few weeks. We don't have a definitive date, but their menu will be changing. They will be adding like street tacos, all kinds of stuff. So come on by 4300 West Alameda, Denver, Colorado, 80219. We're also being brought to you by IMV Vision. IMV Vision is devoted to offering affordable and fashionable eyewear. Because IMV Vision is your eye care advocates, their goal is to provide all with education and awareness needed to inform you about your vision and health so you can make an informed decision. They are located off of Alameda and Buckley in Aurora, Colorado. But you can call today, 720-762-4290. That's 762-4290. Or you can go to imvvision.com. That's imvvision.com. IMV Vision, we see you. Okay. We got a lot to get to, man. We got a lot to get to right now because a lot happened this weekend. Like, a lot happened this weekend. There was a lot of signings, some out of nowhere signings. Some were expected. We talked about it last week with the Broncos, who they were going to sign first. And we'll get into that as well. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have KJ Granderson actually on the 24th. So you guys stay tuned. We have booked KJ Granderson, 92.5 Zone, KJ Granderson, the super producer. We're going to have him on the 24th with an interview, either in studio here, or we might have him on the phone. Hopefully we can get him in the studio, but either way, the 24th, peep that out. But we did talk about this last week, Mike, that the Broncos were going to sign some people, a couple of players, and what secession that was going to do. They did exactly what they felt was best for the team, and I ain't mad at them. But here's what I am mad at. Coming out of camp, man, the Broncos D seems to be embarrassing the offense.
Yeah, that's the word around the campfire that the first line defense is absolutely embarrassing the offense.
You know what? But I'm
getting
good
all
with
up in
that.
their gravy. No,
I'm good with that.
No, first of all, that's great just to hear that the defense is, probably as being sold to us.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be one of the top 3, top 5 defenses in the league, and it's a good way to kind of get the offense toughened up, for the season to have to practice against such a dominating defense. The offense, is probably going to be better for it.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron,
yeah,
right?
I think so, yeah.
So if you have to play against the best defense in the league in practice? Yeah, practice.
You're talking about practice.
If you have to face the number one defense in practice, then, man, that's when you have to play against weaker defenses. Like, who do they play week 1? Is it the Titans?
Yeah,
I can't remember who it is right now off the top of my head. I have it here somewhere. But either way, you're playing against the best defense, and they're scheming against your quarterback. Now, number one, hopefully that doesn't put out too much tape, from like fans recording with their phones and whatnot. Because you know, as fans, you don't want to be showing different schemes and stuff. But I don't think at these practices they're showing too much.
No, and you got to also kind of remember that at these practices, like each drill that they run is for a specific purpose, whether it's to get the defense working on red zone situations, or for like a third and long situation, so they're them saying that the defense has been absolutely dominating doesn't necessarily mean that the offense is bad. It's just they're working on specifics right now. And plus, kind of what I've been hearing is that Sean Payton is not going to really show his hand as far as all his offense. He's going to keep that stuff close
until he gets down to the 52-man roster.
Yeah, and I mean, certain things like I'm sure there's going to be packages for guys like Mims or Ingram that they're not going to really be showing those off. I think come week 1 of the regular season, that's when we're going to see some of the more specific offense packages. They're not gonna really.
Maybe even in the game, you'll see a couple of things in the first game where they put the starters out there and they play for 2 or 3 quarters.
Yeah.
You might see small things, but here's the honest truth. Watching preseason or camp, most teams the defense is ahead in the curve on any team.
That's usually the case.
Any team.
Yeah.
And then the offense slowly but surely starts to catch up to the defense. And if this offense can start making moves on this defense, not only will it help the defense be able to cover up some of their deficiencies come regular season, because if your team can exploit something within you, you have to have something in place to counteract that, right? And VJ seems to be that type of coach. There was one year, he is the coach that also allowed 70-something points. I'm not going to say it all. There's just 70-plus points on his defense. That's still the same coach, but he also grew from that. I think the defense in that same year finished in the top 6, 7. If you only count the games after that game. He tightened up whatever he needed to tighten up. They made some trades. They cut some players. Now they're giving him extra toys to play with.
A ton of depth.
I mean?
A ton of depth.
Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe all the people that they signed and traded for, and doing this all with cap money that they can't even use, dead cap money that's still with Russell Wilson. They still have managed to create depth and make this team even better, especially the defense. Can this defense get better?
They were already fantastic last year, and the improvements that they've made are extremely intriguing, and I can't wait to see how it. They're going to be dominant, I think. I don't see how they're not going to be. They're going to be a problem for O-lines. They're going to be
a lot of places.
They're going to be frustrating, top tier quarterbacks.
Well, let me ask you this: let's take our Bronco hat off, right?
Yeah.
If we're opposing teams, what do you do? What do you do? If you stay away from, PG or PS2, if you stay away from him, you can't throw to the other side because you've got Riley Moss.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so that's 2. That's 1 and 2. Then you've got your third. Even if Macmillan is that third person, he was really good in that position last year. It wasn't until he had to move to the outside with the injury to Moss that he kind of got exploited. He's not that guy. But he's an excellent nickel and dime corner, right?
Yeah.
Excellent as long as the 2 outside guys are holding it down on their island. He's got his island in the middle of the field with a little bit of linebacker help, etc. Okay, so that's 3 right there, right?
Yeah.
So then now you have a better safety over the top. And you have a better inside linebacker covering the middle, helping out with the nickel and dime packages as well. Or you have a rookie cornerback that can play in those positions in the nickel as a linebacker. That he did that in college. He actually can be the nickel linebacker and the dime linebacker. And then you have him covering tight ends and inside speedy men like Mims that the Broncos have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 of your options taken away, and you haven't even began to run the ball against this team. So what do?
With this pass rush, they're going to be trying to get that ball out of there. You know what I mean? And it's going to like we'll have to see, because you know we're just making predictions at this point. I mean it's still just preseason, or not even preseason yet. But like it's very possible that if this defense is as dominant as everyone's thinking it's going to be, that's going to be something every team's going to be worried about.
Right, especially in the AFC West.
Yes,
right. They should be the most worried.
I'm thinking Kansas City, who's now depleted, over the offseason.
Which we said was going to happen for quite a while now. We have said on this show that Kansas City shot themselves in the foot when they made the best quarterback in the league rich. You know what I mean? Like when they signed him. And they've restructured his contract, I believe, at least once. They've had to restructure his contract because now they know you can't sign one guy to that and be able to keep pieces around him. That is why the Denver Broncos are signing Zach Allen. That is why the Broncos are signing Cortland Sutton. And that's why the Broncos, I believe, will sign Bonito, because of the fact that if they can get these guys locked into contracts now, when Nix's contract, his rookie contract, becomes up, you know what I'm saying, and they have to either extend him or give him a new contract, they'll have the money then, right? Because most of the contracts they're signing now will be about 2 years, give or take into their...
Yeah.
Right, because all of them sign, or both of them signed 4-year, right? If I'm remembering that correct?
Yeah.
So they'll be 2 years into their contract, and most of their money will be off the books, right?
Yeah.
Most of their guaranteed money. So that gives you room to sign Bo Nix to a max extension, right?
Yeah.
If we get that far, but that's the Broncos now are playing chess and not checkers, man, and that's what I'm loving about this new team ownership and this new regime that we have. They are not playing just the short game. Yes, we want to win Super Bowls now and we want to win games now, but they're playing a long game too.
Yeah, I think George Payton's making all the right moves,
and they're playing with house money right now.
Yeah,
because right now they don't even have the full extent of the cap capacity that they should have.
One more year of paying Russell Wilson,
exactly.
And then that's going to free up
millions,
free up some clams,
multi-millions of dollars.
It's amazing they've been operating this way with that hit that they've been taking every year. You know,
operating like they're broke and still winning.
Yeah,
like making smart making smart trades or contract signings, making smart trades. Making calculated business decisions. With risk, there are risks to everything that you take when you make a decision, even in life. There's a chance of, negative outcome, and there's a chance of positive, or a happy medium of both. But they're making calculated risks. That's the thing. When they traded for Russell Wilson, I don't think that was a calculated risk. I think that was a very jolting. We need a quarterback. We're losing. We need a quarterback that has won. And they just kind of jumped at the fact that the Seattle Seahawks were ready to get rid of their Super Bowl winning quarterback at the time, not knowing.
Even though Seattle was wanting to part ways with Russell, there was not really too many signs at that point that Russell was going to fall off as bad as he did.
Exactly.
So honestly, when they got him and they signed him to that contract, I don't see how that was a bad decision, because knowing what they knew then.
No, to your point, that might have been a calculated risk, right?
No, I think that anybody would have made that move, because you got to lock this guy down. He wants an extension. He's at that point considered a future Hall of Fame quarterback. How is that not like? In that moment, a bad decision. It's not a bad decision.
No.
It wasn't at the time. With the
trade to me wasn't a bad decision. The signing of the contract before he played one preseason game,
bad decision.
That to me
was a bad decision.
It was a little knee jerk, but
yes.
At the same time, that they what else were they going to do? They had no clue.
They could do exactly what they're doing with Nick Bonito right now, and that's why I think they have cold as ice veins right now. Nick Bonito's kind of,
The thing with Bonito is though, it isn't like Trey Hendrickson in the Bengals. He's like, what was he, like 17.5 sacks last year, and he's holding out right now for a new contract.
Right.
It's very possible that Bonito's agent is probably saying, "Hey, let's hold back and let this guy reset the market, so then we have a little bit more, a little more of a solid number that we can." But it's also smart for the Broncos because that gives Bonito incentive to to outperform what he did last year, and then earn that money.
Similar to the way Courtland Sutton actually did earn his money, right?
Yeah,
and he left some money on the table, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but I'm just thinking, $92 million, 4 years, $41 million guaranteed. If you look at his numbers last year, they were not bad. They weren't like jumping off the page, but I mean, I think 92 for 4 years for a number one wide receiver is actually not that bad, especially considering it could be a better season this upcoming, with a little bit more weapons,
with continuity, with a good quarterback.
Yeah. His second year with Bo Nix, they got a great they got
a good relationship.
Yeah,
right.
Yep, they worked together well. They seemed like it worked.
All things we said last week.
Exactly.
All things we said last week. It's not, and it's not that yes, I did say the Broncos would probably sign or should sign Nick Bonito first. I still believe that they should have done that. It's going to cost them more, but is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth it?
And I said that Zach Allen and Cortland were the by far the priority, and that they were going to get those done before the season. I mean, I have to hit you with the "I told you."
I mean, it is. It is what they did. It is what they did. I still believe that Nick Bonito was the piece, but. And here's another reason why is VJ is probably if the Denver Broncos are a number 1, 2, or 3 defense, he is going to be the most sought after head coach, and everybody is going to be willing to give him a shot. Except for when he was here first, John Elway didn't allow him to be a head coach. He didn't allow him to hire his own staff. He didn't allow him to. He had to take the assistant coaches that John Elway hired for him, right? And when things went bad, they fired VJ. So this time around, he's probably learned from that, and he is going to definitively want to move on and be a head coach and get that position in the next round of coaches that get fired at the end of this season, because we all know that's coming. It happens every season. So having all of those pieces in place is going, because your offense, to me, like I said, you could have replaced Courtland Sutton, but you can't replace the dynamic he does have with Nix. And that, to your point, was what you were saying last week, is that the continuity, and I'm sure Bo Nix had a say in, you need to sign this guy, right? If it, I could see that. But we'll see. It still remains to be seen what was the right decision, but they're making the decision over there. I don't make that money. They're making the decision over there. That was a good call on your part, that they were going to, sign those two. It does make me wonder what they feel about Bonito, though. What in the locker room, what in the, is this guy like too cocky around like ownership or something?
I just think it's because though he has improved year to year, his jump from 2 seasons ago to last season was so big. They want to make sure that wasn't just a fluke. You know what I mean? Before they hand him before they sign that $25-30 million a year, contract, they want to make sure that what they got is what they think they might have.
And that makes sense. That makes sense.
And like we said, jumping to pay somebody before you really know exactly what they are has bit them before.
And I thought about the fact that maybe, just maybe, that might be the case where he, did make such a significant jump to where they are a little bit turned off. Like, yeah, let's make sure. Zach Allen has already been in the league, so his career does speak for itself.
Well, he's been that dude.
Yeah.
His numbers last year, man.
I think we both had him at the number 2 signing. Like
8.5 sacks, 32 tackles, 40 quarterback hits. You got to pay that man money. And then with his experience and stuff.
Right. So Courtland Sutton, I was saying that Courtland Sutton said something to the effect that he might have left money on the table So this is from CBS Sports. He said, "It wasn't about me." And I quote, "It wasn't about me. At the end of the day, yes, we work in a business of compensation. There's talent in that locker room, guys that are coming up that are trying to get their second contract. I was blessed to be able to get my third. They put in the work in. They put the work in just like the same way I have. And some of those guys have more accolades than I have when it comes to the NFL side of things. And to be able to sign the deal that we did, it gives us a chance to keep those guys around." So it does sound like to me like he did leave some money on the table in order for the Broncos to be able to make the signing of Zach Allen and the possible signing of Bonito. I wonder if there are still talks and works. I mean, there's obviously talk and works, but will he get signed now before the season starts? Do you think he'll get signed, or do you think they're going to really wait and see?
I don't know. I feel like it's something. It's in my opinion, it's something that could happen in the middle of the season. But if it happened before the season starts, I wouldn't be too shocked.
When do you think the Nuggets the Broncos are like, okay, he's at this amount of sacks, and if he gets even one more, it adds another. I
mean, even just like maybe like 2.5 months into the season, they'll probably have a good sample of what he's going to be doing.
What if 2.5 months in the season he's got 15 sacks already?
Then pay him $30,000 a year or $30 million a year.
Oh, it's going to be more than that now.
I don't know.
Before the season starts, bro, is the only time you're going to get under 30. There's no way. There's no way. Now, you just said it earlier that the market's going to get reset.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So once that bar is set, it hasn't been set yet, but once that bar is set, let's say that's 32.
Uh-huh.
And he's 15 sacks into 2.5 months into the season.
15 sacks in 2.5 months is crazy. But
right. But let's say in this defense.
Well, then we'll have to recrunch the numbers, because that would be an insane.
The cornerbacks in this defense just got better.
Yeah.
Because Macmillan being the fourth guy in the dime, and having the rookie in the nickel slot.
Barron.
Yeah, Barron. Bruh, there's gonna be sacks that Bonito and Allen and everybody gets. Everybody's pretty much gonna eat with coverage sacks.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
Put X name here on the defensive line and the linebackers. As long as there's no injury, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Barring any injuries to the backfield, or the cornerbacks or the safeties, man. I mean, there's going to be coverage sack after coverage sack after coverage sack with this defense. And if you don't think Bonito's going to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So you're saying 2.5 months in, that's what, week 13, 14, give or take?
Like week 10?
Yeah, maybe 10. Okay. So anywhere between 10 and 14. And you still have 4 or 5 games, and at that point he's averaging 2.5, maybe 3 sacks a game, right? That's insane. You're right. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
I don't even think that Von Miller had that.
No.
Okay, so let me bring it down a notch. Let me get off this cloud 9 here, and let me give a real stat then. So let's say he's 9 sacks in at that point.
Yeah, I mean, give him. Yeah, I'm sure. We'll see where the market's at, because if Hendrickson gets paid, we'll just have to see what they give him.
Yeah,
he would be getting a significant pay increase. I don't have the numbers right here, but I know he's going to be looking for something.
He's going to be looking to get paid.
And then we'll see what happens in Dallas.
You know what the best thing about these contract signings with Zach Allen and Cortland Sutton is?
What's that?
Is they're extensions.
Yeah.
They're not new contracts.
No.
So they actually have to play out the contracts that they currently have.
Yeah, they got
before these extensions kick in.
They both got one more year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Before the.
So that actually changes my calculus when it comes to when they have to re-sign Bo Nix, because if they have one more year, so this season is their last year in their current contracts, right?
Yep.
So they will be only 1 year into their extensions. No, still 2 years, because Bo Nix has a 5-year with a team, I believe. Like the 5th year is the team option. I could be wrong on that if you want to look it up. But Zach Allen's extension is 4 years, $120 million. Or excuse me, $102 million. Don't let me misquote myself there or misquote the number. $102 million for Zach Allen over the next 4 years, or after this season, 4 years. Go ahead.
Bo Nix signed a 4-year rookie contract with the Denver Broncos. The contract is worth $18.6 million. Fully guaranteed. It includes a 5th-year option for the Broncos. The deal also includes a $10.36 million signing bonus.
Okay, so yes, they will have 2 years. So I was correct in the first place, is that they will have 2 years with that option. If Bo Nix doesn't hold out or anything, right? If he just allows that 5th option to go, or if they figure out a way. Because as we've said on this show a couple of times, right now they're playing with a limited amount of money in that cap. Once that money is free, they could actually next year sign Bo Nix to an extension without even having to pick up his 5th option, right? Because they'll have that money to play with.
Yeah, they're going to want to wait, though, just to see.
I would too.
There's always the potential of a sophomore slump, or, you know what I'm saying?
I would too.
So let that.
But they have that option.
They can let that contract play out until they see it through, and then figure out at that point what's going on. But yeah, once we get Russell Wilson off the books, and then the cap goes up, so they project the cap to go up quite a bit.
Plus the extra room that they'll have from the Wilson contract falling off.
So just give it time. Give it time. Some stuff you just want to see it play out. I think that I feel like Bo Nix is probably going to be pretty good this year.
To be honest with you, I want to, even though they have a great offensive line right now, I would still want them to, in the next 2 years, invest in young talent going forward in that offensive line, give some depth in that offensive line.
Yeah.
That's where I'd rather see them put their money right now going forward after these signings right here, because now you have PS2 locked down, you have Riley Moss locked down, you have a couple of years with Hufanga. I hope I said his name right.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of years. You have a rookie, Barron, that you have to a rookie contract for 4 or 5 years now, who can step in to that when Riley Moss outplays his contract. You have him to step in. I mean, it's good to be a Denver Broncos fan right now, bro. Like it's kind of crazy right now that the Broncos have done a complete 180. Appearingly, they have done a 180 and changed the culture. They found their quarterback. The only thing I'm really worried about right now is the running game. Even though J.K. Dobbins coming out of camp has shown explosiveness.
Yeah, they said he's looking real good, and that he's probably going to be the number one.
Yeah.
But so with a lot of these vets that they signed, like Dobbins and Ingram and Greenlaw on the defensive side.
Exactly.
All of those guys in the past have been injury prone. And
True.
Is that something to be? I guess I think it was Thursday. Greenlaw went out of practice with some kind of soreness. or tightness.
He came back to the next day though.
So yeah, but just these vets that are on the good side of the coin, they're gonna they've proven that they're top-notch veteran presence on their side of the ball, but at the other side, all of them are a little bit injury prone. Is that something that you're concerned about?
No, because the linebackers that the Broncos were able to utilize last year are a tier right below Greenlaw.
Yeah.
Right? So, and they were able to be a top 10 defense with those linebackers. So, even if you limit Greenlaw and just kind of incorporate him in specific downs and whatnot, you can still utilize the backup inside linebackers that you have within the scheme of VJ. Like it's all about his scheme. Yes, PS2 is probably one of the best cornerbacks, if not going to be the best cornerback we've seen in a lifetime, let alone just for the Broncos, because we've had a lot of good corners and safeties play for the Denver Broncos. But we've never seen the likes of him since Prime. You know what I mean? Prime goads you into stuff, and that's what PS2 does. His father was good. Patrick Surtain he was a great player for the Miami Dolphins, but even he's better than his dad, man. Like, he actually has put up numbers and stellar numbers better than his dad, and all of the people he plays against say, like, this dude baits you into the wrong move, and then he gets you. He's like a snake. He kind of lures you in. He just kind of lays there, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, now I'm gonna pounce, right? But the Denver Broncos have done a 180. They are for sure on the right path, in my humble opinion. They've made some calculated risks. You're right. The fact that most of these guys that they signed are guys that they didn't want because they're other teams didn't want because they're injury prone. But with the amount of depth that the Denver Broncos have on this team, these guys being injury prone is not a big deal, especially seeing as most of the linebackers that are coming back this year were on this team last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Except for Greenlaw. So
what do you think about Pat Surtain getting a 97 for Madden 2026? His Madden rating is a 97.
Nah, he should be
99. He should be maxed out at 99.
99.
He was a 97 the previous game, and then he won Defensive Player of the Year. How do you stay at a 97?
Somebody at EA Sports hates PS2.
Yeah.
Maybe he's an old Dolphins fan that, hates his dad.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to screw your son.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
Wow.
I don't know what else to think of that, because there's no way that you give him a 97 or even a 98.
Not after giving him a 97 last year, and then he won. Yeah,
there's no way.
In the season he had,
there's no way.
You got to max him out.
There's no way. I mean, I know you can't give him 100, but you got to give him a 99.
I don't think anyone gets 100. I think
you can't give him 100. You can't. You can't give anybody 100. There's no way. Everybody has one flaw. We saw PS2 get scored on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but he's clearly a 99.
He's a 99.
97 is a bunch of bull.
Yes. I could not agree more. So Valanciunas, this whole saga with Valanciunas, I'm glad it's over. Apparently, Jokic was probably the last voice that Valanciunas heard before he started saying, yeah, everything's fine, I will be a Denver Nugget, et cetera, et cetera. How do we as Nuggets fans feel that he had to have the top bull talk to him? I mean, is it a nothing, or do we...
I don't know. There's still a lot of ambiguity to exactly what happened with that whole deal. Like,
right.
They were, I think the Greek team, Panathinaikos, was saying they blamed his European agent for the mix-up, that they're trying to pull some backdoor deal, and there was some miscommunication, and I don't know.
Right.
So I still think that he's probably gonna be a very good asset for us this year. I mean, he talked to the Godfather.
Honestly, until we get concrete news as to how this all went down, I don't know how to feel.
I'm sure
honestly,
that.
But
Jokic gave him an offer that he can't refuse.
Yeah, and he was pretty general about when they asked Valanciunas if he had spoke to Jokic, and he pretty much said, quote, yeah, we spoke, everything went well.
I want a YouTube video essay on those subjects, you know what I mean?
Well,
That's
everything's been it's been nothing.
I want CP paper. No, I'm just kidding.
It's been nothing but speculation anyways. The truth of the matter is probably far from what anyone's even trying to guess,
Yeah, but they had a conversation. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And it was right before Valanciunas decided to say he wants to be on parade like Jokic.
Yeah.
The chat is saying, I'm a little concerned that he doesn't want to be in Denver. ...
Yeah, that's always going to be in the back of your mind. I mean, but I think
most centers don't want to back up Jokic, dude. Cousins didn't want to back up Jokic. I mean, every single player. I mean, who was that guy that you sent me in? Was it you or Lucas that sent the other day?
This week it was Cousins that was talking stuff.
No. The other one that had to go overseas. He played for Indiana. I can't think of his name right now. He played for Indiana last year. We traded for him from the Lakers the year we won the championship. God, what's his man's
Terry
name?
Bryant or
Bryant.
Bryant.
Thomas Bryant. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play behind Jokic. I was trying, man. You know, sometimes the name is like right here and I can't think of it. But Thomas Bryant didn't want to play behind him. Sarge didn't want to play behind him. Sarge didn't just play very good behind him. The only person that did is Jordan.
The thing is, you can successfully play behind Jokic if you're good.
Yeah,
man.
Well, and honestly, like, there's always that possibility that he's like going to be disgruntled to be here or upset that he's not a starter and he's got to come off the bench. But these guys are professionals, man. They got to. I think for the most part, he's on a championship, a potential championship, on the horizon. I don't think that's gonna affect his play.
I mean, he's a smart man. He's not. I mean, unless he's really, really dumb, he's going to take that paycheck, even if the Nuggets pick their option up and keep him, and that will depend on how he plays coming off the bench this year. But here's why it was a bright spot for me in this Valanciunas saga. Okay,
just to know there was communication.
Well, just to know that Jokic still cares. Personally, because there's all of these rumors. Jokic, his agent is on the boat with LeBron
and LeBron's
and there's
agent.
all of this talk of LeBron coming to the Nuggets or Jokic going to the Lakers. And I know I can't put too much stock into it, man, but it's just like that would be my worst nightmare is for our best player ever to go play for the worst team,
rivals.
Like the team I hate the most in basketball.
Yeah.
And finish out his career by beating the Denver Nuggets to get championships. Like, that would be my worst nightmare as a Nuggets fan.
The whole lifestyle that comes with playing for the Lakers, that doesn't seem like that's Jokic's bag, though.
But when Doncic signed this extension yesterday, or the other day or whatever, that it came to the forefront of my mind, like, oh no, Jokic did not sign his extension, and I know that was a play on. He knows that after this year he can get even more money,
get like that extra $80 million or whatever,
he
90 million. Yeah, so
I get it. He's making a business decision. I get it, but it was also still in the back of my mind, like, okay, wait, I didn't think Doncic was going to sign an extension with the Lakers. I really didn't. I'm going to go out on the record and say that I really did not think he would re-sign with the Lakers. But when they started showing pictures of him losing weight, you know what I'm saying? Like, he lives in L.A. now. That's not going to be hard for him to find a place that has a nutritionist and, all of these things. In Dallas, that's hard. Yeah. They don't eat avocado toast and stuff in Dallas. You feel me? Like, that's not what they do. They drink beer and they eat barbecue. You feel me? So him living there, of course, he got chunky and he wasn't, but now he lives in L.A., a place where he could, actually.
I think he'd still be chunky if he didn't have something to prove to Nico.
The ex,
the Mavericks,
the ex, he was like, I'm bringing the sexy back. I will show you. I will show you. But 3 years, $165 million is nothing to sneeze at, man. So I got a little worried that Jokic might want to play with his buddy in L.A. Like, I was just like, man. But then right after that, this report of Jokic spoke to Valanciunas, and I'm like, okay, deep breath. Jokic actually still does care about winning here in Denver. He wants to retire as a Nugget. I honestly think he would retire before he went to L.A. too. But crazier things have happened, bro.
Well, plus, you got it in the back of your head when DeMarcus Cousins was on some podcast this week, and he was saying that he when he used to play here, and he was talking to Jokic, and Jokic was saying he wasn't even going to sign his new contract. He just wants to go back to Serbia, relax in the meadows with his horses,
play with his horses,
and all that. But I don't know. Boogie Cousins is out here in like Puerto Rico, some league out there, like fighting fans. So I don't necessarily put a ton of stock in what he's talking about either.
No, but I mean, everybody kind of knew that Jokic was on the fence about it. Like, even when he did win the championship, he was like, I have to stay for parade? Like, yes. And then after the parade, he's like, I want to stay on parade. Like, yes, I get it. He gets it now. But I think he had made his money. Like, he's a king in Serbia, bro. Like,
yeah, he's the mayor of Sombor.
He could be.
He's the mayor of Sombor.
Him and his family in Sombor can live out the rest of their lives with what he's made thus far in the NBA.
Oh yeah, I'm not too worried, man. Like, cause he's humble and like being a big, huge basketball star isn't necessarily his top priority in life. But he's proven that he's willing to make sound business decisions for his financials and to secure that bag. And then he's also shown that he's just like the utmost like competitor. The Nuggets have a legit chance to make a good run this year. I think he knows that, and he's a part of that, and he's going to stick with it. You know what I mean? I got a buddy that said that once Jokic is gone, he's just going to stop watching basketball.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, dude.
That's a bridge too far for me.
Oh, man. I think I'll still be watching basketball, but I would be pretty bummed out, though.
Because I would have said that, like, when Alex English retired, like, I'm never watching basketball again. Like, then I would have missed the whole, like, 2 eras of Nuggets basketball that wasn't great. It wasn't great, but there were some flashes in there. Mm-hmm. You know, like when Mutombo played, etc. Like, you know, when we did have Melo in the good years. You know, it's been quite an ebb and flow. But the fact of the matter is, I would never go that far as to be like, once Jokic retires, I'm done with basketball. Like,
it won't be
I
the
love
same
basketball more than Jokic.
Yeah, it won't be the same. He's the best at it. You know what I mean?
I get it.
There won't ever be anyone else that'll do it how he does it, and we won't be able to watch that anymore. It'll be, that'll be a sad day.
They've said that so many generations.
We'll see.
Jokic is the best player of his time. I don't care what anybody says, hands down.
Maybe Yang Hansen will be like the, you know.
Yeah, now we're talking.
He'll scratch that itch if you want to watch some big guy just absolutely dishing out dimes left and right. You know what I mean?
Bruh. I mean, they said that about, Magic Johnson. They said that about, Allen Iverson. They've said that about
Shaq.
And era after era. Era after era, decade after decade, somebody steps into that position. And, they said there would never be another MJ. Well, there is not going to be another MJ, but there has been players, even LeBron James has changed the game.
Yeah.
And not in some good ways, in some bad ways, that's arguable and debatable. But the game has been changed. And changed forever. I don't know if I necessarily am on the boat with the current style of basketball. Like some of these kids, for instance, everybody knows, it's no secret. Like I said, I've been playing basketball every Saturday. I play with people my age. I tried going up there and playing against kids like 24, 25, 23, etc. I'm not there. Like, I'm not there anymore. I just can't play with them kids. These kids want to play full court, 5-on-5, and just run back and forth. And I'm going to have a friggin' heart attack.
Yeah, man, we're too old for that, dude.
I'm too old for that.
Man.
I'm too old for that.
I'll play some horse. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, we play 3-on-3 with the guys I play with. We play 3-on-3, but all of us are at least 44 or older, except for one guy who's 30. But he still plays like he's 40. Nah, I'm playing. That's Ryan.
Last time I played 21, I legit thought I was going to die.
Hey, I won yesterday, bro. I won yesterday. I had to come back to do it, but man, I won yesterday. But anyways, the bottom line is this: the guys I play with, we're from the era where you play physical basketball. We get up in your chili. You know what I'm saying? When you go to jump, you get a bit of a push on the hip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better have some balance if you come in this paint.
These new kids don't even know what defense is.
Well, when you play with them kids and you get a little physical, you hand check them a little bit. You get a little bit in their chili. Then they want to complain, want to fight, and it's just like, man, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna fight you out here on 6th Avenue. Like, this is not gonna happen. You're not winning the scholarship out here, bro. This is we don't have contracts. But I like the guys that I play with now. They don't mind. Sometimes we get a little physical. But we want to play that way, and we're not out there trying to tackle each other or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, but we play a little physical. And for me personally, that's the way I grew up playing. So I'm just like, yeah, hand check me. It's cool. I'm gonna swat your hand away, and I'm gonna take you to the rack. That's what I'm gonna do.
You wear your Nuggets jersey when you're playing?
I do.
Nice.
I wear my Jokic jersey.
You gonna cop one of those new black Skyline jerseys?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
You don't like it?
He likes the white one better.
I like the white one better.
No, the
I
black
like the white one
black
better.
ones are slick.
I like the
I like the black ones.
I think I actually like the red ones the most.
I like the red ones too.
Yeah, the red ones are dope.
I'm rocking my old yellow for Reed right here. So I mean, you know.
I mean, I wish they would go back to those, but
I wish they would go back to 1991.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
like the dark maroon with the
Yeah.
dark navy blue, or
No, that was more
No,
the
that was
later
96.
90s. Like
That
I'm
was
talking about like
94.
the arched skyline
Yeah.
with the blocked out like colors
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the blocked out
Just
sunset.
straight out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind any of that, and I do like the black skyline ones. I do.
No, like
But-
the late '90s, those were no good. I had a Rafe LaFrance jersey. No, that, well, so, well,
I had a
that
Van
would've been like
Exel.
2003, whatever. Rafe LaFrance. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
believe- You know that year of that draft. You know who? Because Nuggets took him like second overall. You know, right after that, who went? Vince Carter.
Oh yeah,
Do you know who else was in that draft?
Who?
Dirk,
yeah.
Jason Williams. Dude,
big
they took
misses.
Rafe LaFrance.
I know. That was when
Dude, it
ownership
is-
did not give a damn.
It's over 20. It's over 20 years later, and I'm still not over that.
Some of that
Yeah.
hurts.
There
Some
was
of that
a
hurts.
point in time-
He was a good shooter. I liked Rafe LaFrance. He
There's
was,
a
he was
point in
okay.
time
Man,
where-
he wasn't Vince Carter, dude. He wasn't Dirk Nowitzki.
No.
The Nuggets front office used to be bumbling like the Rockies front office right is.
For real.
You know what I mean? And they used to be that team in town, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they have like a 10-win season?
Yeah.
Around
that
that
was
time.
under Kiki Vandeweghe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yuck.
Let's see. Gianniski looks like in the chat says, "Hello, are you happy with Valanciunas?" I don't know how long ago that came in, but I'll still answer that. I was happy with them trading for Valanciunas when it happened. The only thing that bothered me was Valanciunas was playing this dance of wanting to go overseas. And I believe that he's still going to get, and God, please help me that the Nuggets and the new coach, Adelman, will utilize him in the beginning of the season. Jokic
they
is
will.
going to get triple doubles.
Lots
He's
of
going to
minutes.
get it.
Yep.
Give him 25 minutes in the beginning of the season.
That's too many minutes. I don't think 25 minutes is going to work. I think 13 minutes maybe. You
No,
know?
that's the end of the season.
Let Jokic rest. You know what I'm saying? Like from the beginning. Like that's kind of the reason why we've been needing this sort of a backup big that's like actually serviceable. He could pass. He could shoot. He's not necessarily great on defense, but like if we put aside all the controversy with the him possibly playing in Greece or like that whole confusion, just the fact that we got a talented backup big here that can actually put
a
some,
big that was chosen in the lottery
that
pick.
he could put some productive numbers up while Jokic is sitting. That's all we've needed for so long now. We have not had a real big, that could do that.
I'd be okay with 20 minutes. 25, you might be right. That's a bit
That's a lot.
excessive.
That's half the game.
If Jokic is already in triple-double status going into the second half, let that man play. Let that man play. Like, period. I do not want Jokic worn down at the end of the season. I don't even care if it's like the first quarter of the, let's say the first 15 games you give him those minutes and allow Jokic to, then after that you start playing him in that 13 to 15 minute range so they get into a rhythm of a playoff atmosphere. You're coming in for a spell, and then Jokic is playing. That's been the issue, man, going into these playoffs is Jokic and Murray are playing way too many minutes in the entire season. And yes, 25 minutes seems excessive, but if you only do that and you're able to get success with it, what's that?
It says way too many.
It is a lot of minutes.
I
It
can't
is a lot
do
of
it, man.
minutes.
That's more than half the game. I think that getting a few minutes a quarter, they're gonna, now that we've got Bruce Brown back, we got Hardaway Jr.
That's exactly
Valanciunas.
my point.
Now that
Let them play
now
for
that
the
we got
first
this
half of the
depth-
season.
Now that we got this depth on the bench, some veterans, they're gonna rework the rotations, and I'm sure Adelman's got something up his sleeve. He's even talked about completely changing their style of play from a fast break to more of a slow burn. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he means by that. But I mean, just
right.
The fact that we got this depth on the bench now is just gonna like work wonders for Murray, Gordon, Jokic, keep everybody with a little bit more rest, a little less pressure on their shoulders. That's going to pay dividends by the end of the season, I think.
No, I agree.
But I don't want 25 minutes.
No, I'm just.
We're not trying to burn out.
Obviously,
Valanciunas.
I'm being overly. I'm just saying.
No,
I want my guys to have rest.
No, I get what you mean. But
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Jokic is even mad about playing 98% of the game. You know what I mean?
No, he's not. But sometimes you have to protect him from himself.
Well, when he sits down on the bench, when he finally does get some rest, it looks like a NASCAR pit. Like they're strapping stuff on his shoulders. They're wrapping ice packs all around.
No, he
him.
looks like a mummy or something.
They
over
got
there.
a team of people trying to
and then when he goes back into the game, he
trying
has
to change his tires, as fast as he can.
He does look like a race car. They have like 4 guys unwrapping each elbow and knee.
They got to swap those tires out.
He's got one guy handing him his drink. That's his fuel. He's got other guys wrapping him up. He's just sitting there like this.
Yeah. Looking like a mummy on the sidelines.
No, that's for sure, man. I just want my guys to be rested and well rested going into the playoffs so that they can implement their 2-man game and everything that they need to implement. And I do think, I'm just saying, give him more minutes than you've given the backup centers in the future. If Jokic is playing really, really well, yes, you want him to come in and play that killer. You know what I'm saying? But I only want him coming in the fourth quarter. I honestly do not want Jokic playing in the third whatsoever. And hopefully that is when the Nuggets are basically just staving off and playing solid defense off of the bench with Valanciunas, Hardaway, et cetera, and company. I want them to just play solid defense, keep the lead, maybe even grow the lead if you can, but just keep the lead, man. I do not want Jokic coming in 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes into the third quarter to have to pull away again, and then him and Murray are, beat up and hurt going into the playoffs. That has been the recipe for disaster every year the past 2 years. And Jokic is also, wasn't he playing for Serbia this summer or about to be?
Yeah, I think he's playing in Eurobasket.
Exactly.
For the Serbian team,
So he's going to have some extra tread worn off the tire going into this season. So that's another big point. I keep emphasizing 25 minutes. I know Mike's like, no. I'm
25 minutes.
Obviously I'm kidding, but he does need to take a lot of minutes off of Jokic's plate.
Just give him 49 minutes a game.
Let him start. Jokic can come off the bench. No. Come on now. I'm not.
It remains to be seen, but I'm pretty excited to kind of see what Adelman, because he's going to have a full season. He's going to put together a package for the full season. He's got a bench. The bench is night and day from last year to this year. So I think we're going to see a lot of changes, and probably mostly for the good.
Well, if he sticks to his word, he's going to play with the players that are playing well.
Yeah.
Right? He did it in the playoffs, and it was successful. They had to go to 7 games in both series, but it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. I don't know if that was a psyche thing that his dad taught him, like, hey, this is how you get your players to play. I'm going to play the guys who we know they fired the coach and the GM, so there's no problem with the Nuggets turning over the bench.
This new bench is more than capable of scoring and stopping other teams' benches or whatever mix of players they throw at them. But honestly, just breaking even would be a huge improvement.
Or
huge.
even just improving that plus minus from last year.
That's all I'm saying. Just please, you don't even have to grow the lead. Just don't lose the lead.
Because we almost handled it this way. Like, if we just had a little help right there.
Man,
with
just
zero bench. It's so close. You could taste it.
Just a little bit of help so that Murray and Jokic and AG and Brown can get some minutes and breath. Just breathe on the sideline, knowing that your lead is not going. And I think they're going to get that. I can't wait to see what happens with the 3 players that are the most pressure on, which is Strother, P-Watt, and Pickett. I really want to see how those guys come into camp this year.
I mean, they've all shown improvement through the years. I think maybe mostly last season we saw some improvement with Strother, and Pickett had a couple of brilliant games. Strother needs to stay healthy, and
that's his biggest issue.
Yeah, and if he could stay healthy and take advantage of the minutes he does get, I could see him becoming a little bit more integral in the game plan, coming off the bench. Because I mean, he's a shooter.
He can play, man. He could play.
Not
he
the
looks
best
like
on
a court
defense.
general is what he looks like to me. He does. He does. He looks like he can get you into the play, get into a good rhythm. He reminds me a lot of Andre Miller. You know what I'm saying? Not the best shooter, but he's going to make some shots.
Oh, he can make some shots. He's not necessarily the best on defense.
He's a better shooter than Miller.
And I see him working on his, off the ball movement, which is good. And then,
Right.
when now that we got Valanciunas, who's he could throw some dimes out there. So that could be.
That pick and roll is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
If Pickett does what I think he's going to do and take another, because he didn't just dominate not dominate, excuse me, that's too hard of a word. He played significantly well at the end of the season when Adelman took over and played him. He seemed like he was in control and whatnot. If he can take another step up and actually be the genuine backup point guard behind Murray, that Valanciunas pick and roll is going to be tough to stop. Pickett and Valanciunas, that's going to be tough to stop, man. That's going to be another two-man game that people are going to have to game plan for. And then you have the wild card of Bruce Brown and the defensive prowess of Tim Hardaway Jr. all on that court at the same time. That's going to, and then P-Watt playing the 3 or the 4. Man, that's going to be tough as long as they play well together. I do see Pickett because he didn't just play well in the end of the season. When he was in the G League last year, he actually showed. That's why he got some minutes, right? Mm-hmm. When they brought him back, that's why he got minutes, is because he was playing really, really well in the G League. I think he's earned the right to come out this season and actually get a shot. I think Strother has to play the 2 over Tim Hardaway, but that's going to be tough because Tim Hardaway plays solid defense, and he's a 3-and-D guy. He's a wing. He's done it for years. Strother's going to have to step his game up, and then, Jokic doesn't have to do anything. We all know who's going to be the starter. But P-Watt, Najee, you guys are going to have to step up your game, man. You guys are going to have to step up your game to get some minutes on this team.
We'll see, because Adelman proved when he took over last season and in the playoffs that, if you're not playing well, he will yank you.
Right.
A la Westbrook, you know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's why Westbrook didn't come back. Let's just be real. I think that's why he didn't want to come back here. But he's having some issues signing with any team right now.
Well, his hand's still messed up.
Right.
Man.
But I honestly think that's why he didn't pick up his option here, is because he knew Adelman wasn't going to allow him to have the breathing room that Malone let him have.
Yeah.
Or that every other team allows him to have. He's not that Westbrook of old, and he cannot conform to the fact that he's not that guy.
I liked having him on the team. It was a fun little experiment. But
it was. I can't complain except for when he missed key layups and
fouled on a 3-point shot at the buzzer. That was devastating.
Oh my God.
But honestly, I don't think we would have made it as far in the playoffs without him. So I'm glad
he was energy.
I'm glad he was here while he was here. But we're moving on. We got a whole new team, new game plan, new bench, new coach,
new coaching staff.
Yeah.
In this last couple of minutes, though, I do want to talk about the next episode on the Parsons and Jones show. Actually, you know what? No. Forget the. I love you, Gus, but I'm not going to talk about the Cowboys right now. I do want to get to this. We got 2 minutes. So I want to get to this. Christian Wilkens was given love in the locker room.
Yeah,
Mike's got this story.
Christian Wilkens on the Raiders. So apparently he gave some smooches to a teammate in the locker room on the head, and they didn't like it and went to HR, and now he's been released. And there's all kinds of rumors going around that he's kind of a weirdo and he does stuff like that all the time.
I've seen lots of videos.
There's footage of him on the court, oil checking guys, or on the field. Oil checking guys, and just being a weird, freaky guy, a little freaky, and he got released. Now, to be fair to Wilkens, he broke his foot in October a Jones fracture on his left foot, and he had surgery on it. And then the trainers on the team said he needed another surgery this offseason, and he had to do it right away so that he'd have sufficient time to recover from the injury, and he didn't do that. He just continued his same rehab that he was doing, and so that might have created they might have been button heads on that already. And they were, at that point, it's where you're like, I don't like this employee. We need a reason to fire him. So then he starts.
And then he gave him a reason?
Yeah, so he starts putting smoochy boochies on his teammates in the locker room, and dudes are like, I don't like that.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, but you know what? If he's a weird guy, that's cool, man, on him. Christian Wilkens, I think he signed with the Vikings now, so he's not,
So he wasn't out there too long.
Yeah, no, he got picked up.
He's going to start
quick.
kissing people in the Vikings locker room.
Yeah. The Vikings are willing to take on those problems, it sounds like. So,
well, we have a problem. We are out of time. Thank you for tuning in, Sportz Phenz, to the show. Make sure you like and follow us on YouTube and all social media at Sportz Phenz. We will see y'all next week at 2 p.m. Vinny will be back. Good big ups to Mark for stepping in and stepping up. On behalf of the whole staff, we will see y'all. Thank you for watching. We will see y'all next week. Deuces.
adios.
Stoddy is Dave Young.
Yeah. I was like, where do I know that damn name? Yeah. He said YOLO just landed.
Oh, that's Vinny. Vinny is what? Yeah, he's there. That's Vinny.
Study.
Studioso.